Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you.
Ibrahim Magu speaks from detention, reveals full details about Osibanjo 4 billion catastrophe. Can you believe that, my dear people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. We want to say a very big thank you for your huge, massive, and continuous support. We truly, really appreciate you. If you have not given us a thumbs up, why not give us a thumbs up? Thank you. It's free. And please don't forget to subscribe. Well, it's no longer a news that the very person put in charge of fighting crime, I'm talking about the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, Ibrahim Magu, has been indicted for the very same thing he's been put in charge of. That is to tell you something, that human being, Buhari's administration, came on the back of fighting corruption, and EFCC has been used on no small number of Nigerians in the country. When you are not a PDP member, when you are not part of their clan, when you are not part of their people, EFCC come on you. And look at even our boys that are trying to survive with no, we are not accrediting or saying wrongdoing or what's it called, fraudster is right. It's not right in any way. We're not advocating or supporting it. But these people are only trying to survive. Are there jobs in the country and they refuse to work? Is it just greed? You know, just those boys, as soon as they do something, they are caught by the economic and financial crime. You see the police parading them. Why the true criminals and those that are causing havoc in the country are left and they go scot-free? Well, Ibrahim Magu has been indicted for the very same cause. As we speak, my dear, he's still in detention. Remember when this news broke up and we quickly published it, guess what? We started getting varieties of news saying fake news. Even some people on Apple Line Media, released a statement saying, Madam, fake news. But today, is it fake news? And I want to sound something here loud and clear. If we are the first to publish something and you get it, you have not confirmed or see it somewhere else, don't say fake news. And if you do, and eventually it turns out to be true, you now see it on the faces of newspaper, because Apple Line Media will give you credible, reliable, authentic news. As soon as you see it, please do yourself the justice. Just be humble. Take the humble pie. Come back and give a statement saying, I put fake news. Go back and edit. There's a place called edit your statement saying it is not fake news. Please, don't leave fake news. Then when you find out that it's true, you don't come back to correct it. It's wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. If you said fake news and the thing is now true, don't come back and edit it and say, thank you, the news was correct, accurate. It was just a misunderstanding. We will applaud you and we will say thank you. That is the way to live as somebody of integrity. Anyway, let's continue with the news of today, because I'm tired of hearing fake news, fake news. Maybe you don't want to hear the truth. Let's continue with the news and get all the details. Ibrahim Magu speaks from detention, reveals full details about Osibanjo 4 billion controversies. The suspended chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, Ibrahim Magu, has denied giving Vice President Yemi Osibanjo 4 billion. You see, they just want to discredit this man at all means, by all means possible. He has denied it, that he gave him. Remember, he's been indicted for 39 billion when there were children who went to school yesterday, went to bed, I beg your pardon, without food. Let's continue. Ibrahim Magu has denied giving the vice president of the country, Yemi Osibanjo, 4 billion though he's currently being detained by the police force. He described the statement as false and claimed he does not have access to that kind of money. It was earlier rumored that the EFCC boss transferred 4 billion to the vice president, but according to Magu, during confession time, he said, I did not tell the panel that I did not give the vice president 4 billion. Where did I get such money from? Do I have access to such fund? It is part of miscalculation and misleading Nigerian people that I'm a criminal, I'm a bad person. Please clear this. I do not have any control of such cash. I do not order the transfer of 4 billion to the vice president's account or anybody as a matter of fact. The vice president's spokesman, Laolu Akinde, had also regard to the news, describing it as fake news meant to sway and to tarnish the image of the vice president. What do you think is happening in the country? Well, I'll tell you what. The vice president of the country is somebody to a large extent of integrity. Well, you can only vouch for men to an extent, yes? So, the vice president of the country is somebody of integrity who most people love, and is somebody people are even saying, there are some groups who have said, why not APC put this man as their candidate for the 2023 presidency? He's somebody who is greatly loved, somebody who the people, they appreciate. He has a lot of influence in the country. He has been with Nigerians on grassroots level. When the president of the country, talking about President Muhammadu Buhari, when President Muhammadu Buhari went to treat his ear, you know what I'm talking about now. When he went for treatment and was, ill for a while, when he was away, as the constitution of Nigeria request, he handed over to the vice president of the country. And for the first time in a long time, Nigeria Naira appreciated, my dear. Nigeria Naira appreciated, and a lot of people were quite happy with the performance and say, wow, so Nigeria can be like this. A lot of abnormalities were being corrected. A lot of things were being done, and people were quite happy. Nigerians began to speak and to say, wow, and the news began to noise abroad that the vice president of the country was doing well. Everybody was quite happy. Things were looking up. And honestly, some people were wishing secretly that he was the president of the country, But guess what? That same singular act, this was man who was not going to the grassroots level, will go to the market women, speak to them, go to area boys. I'm talking about in Lagos, some people who have been abandoned, and started programs. And boys could relate with him. He doesn't even need security. He could speak and he can move around them. He does not need armed police or men to stand around him. And guess what? The vice president of the country, people were so happy. And the most important thing, internationally, Nigerian Naira appreciated. Meaning there was something he was doing right. Yes, everybody were quite happy. He could go to the area boys and ask what was the problem. This did not only shake the northern set, especially that what the leadership that brought President Muhammadu Buhari on the ground, that don't forget that Magu Yaradua was also ill. And this man, due to ailment, he died, and the vice president automatically had to become the president of the country. Talking about Goodluck Jonathan, that was how he emerged as the president of Nigeria. Goodluck Jonathan became the president, and it's as though history wanted to repeat the same thing. So the North allegedly was, unsettled and began to say, Muhammadu Buhari, whatever you will do to get well, please get well. Not to talk about, as if that was not enough. The person who was put in charge began to perform very well. Wow. This became a shaky ground for a lot of people, and they were like, wow, what is going on here? What is really going on here? So immediately people were like, this cannot continue. We can't do this. So we cannot allow what happened, history to repeat itself. So a lot of people, they quickly had to say, however way you are treating this guy, there's some magic you can do to quickly make him get well and bring him back. Please do it. So that's how Magu Yaradua, Muhammadu Buhari got back. But meanwhile, Osibanjo has performed excellently well. So when this issue of Ibrahim Magu came up, and it was being indicted that Ibrahim Magu gave him 4 billion. Oh, Nigerians, especially those in diaspora, was like, what is going on? How come the vice president? Anyway, guys, you are hearing that is all an attempt to tarnish his image and his reputation and his person. And I'm really wondering why APC is not really considering him for presidency. In Nigeria, we like playing politics. We don't really want to move ahead, though. If you look at the stakes, if you look at the status quo, do we really want to advance this country? Because we can see that there are people, there are tendencies, there are people who display that opportunity for Nigeria to truly be revitalized, grow, and become a nation, a force to be reckoned with. Look at South Africa. When did South Africa gain independence? We all knew about Mandela. We all knew, growing up as children, we were hearing Nelson Mandela. And don't forget the South African song. Hey, Marekba. Those were things we grew up watching. But Nigerians are traveling to South Africa now for school. All our people are going there for doctorate masters. And it's a place, go there for holidays. We can truly make this country great if we give the right people the opportunity. So it's all in an attempt to tarnish the reputation and the image of the vice president of the country. Please correct it. And if you get this message, try and transfer it Because bad news travel, but good news when people don't want to hear it. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye for now.